quietly by himself? Is that what he did?
I
Nobody
just
heard him?
waved my hand.
It's just like
You
that
will
magic.
fix this.
We are live.
I was in the
Why?
What do you mean, why?
We're so early.
No. It's 4:55.
8 minutes early? 4:52.
4:52. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, you're-
Isn't it?
Hi, Jane.
We'll talk a little bit before.
Well, no.
No, now you're not free.
Yeah.
I don't want to stop it.
Did you staple it or the machine stapled it? This looks like the machine stapled it.
You did.
Yeah.
It's all in the same spot.
That's why it's wrong. You let the machine do it.
Would you stop it? It's right. I'm perfect.
It is right.
Look at me.
Did you know how many mistakes? Did you know how many mistakes are in this?
It really
None.
isn't a bad
Oh, there's a lot of
looking
mistakes.
Where I'm.
No, it isn't.
Mistakes.
I think he did a,
That's why I already texted Mary a lot.
Good job on it. You know, in our world today with
thank God.
things are done so badly.
It's okay. I like it. I think it's very nice. It's nice to look at. Hi, Jean.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Nice. Are you working? Your computer?
Yes, we are live on YouTube.
I think one of the things that's not being presented here
What?
is this has been designed to be a trifold.
Yeah.
So it's going to be handed out, like it's going to be folded up like that. Like the pamphlets that you have right outside here.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That's it. A year and a half, and this is my.
It's a year and a half. So
I've been working on these guidelines for a year and a half.
I know, I saw when I walked in. It tells you the whole story right
Not a year and a half. No, a year.
and 3 months.
there. It isn't a year and a half, it's a year.
It wasn't October. It was the October before I started working on this.
Was it?
Yes.
When were we fighting in the garden? Last summer.
Yes.
But it was before that.
This. So. Yeah, 15 and a half months.
It's called Warwick Oaks. Okay? Warwick Oaks.
Do you want a gold star?
What's Warwick Oaks?
75 Forester, that
Yes.
apartment complex.
If I had one, I'd give you 2.
Hello, Chris.
Always make me laugh. Hi, Chris.
How are you?
Glenn's keeping it going. Hello, Chris.
I haven't seen Chris. I see him all the time, but I haven't seen him. Well, I was away.
I can't remember. Oh. I guess we should.
Oh my God.
How are you?
Really?
Doing well?
Have you quit?
For you.
Did she quit?
Yes.
She did. That was.
She didn't get the gold
That was
star.
it. That's the last we're gonna see of her.
We can't approve them. You like it?
You involved with Nancy in the sale
No,
coming up?
no.
Boy, she's got more photography equipment over there than I've ever seen in my life.
I said he must have,
7 tables full.
he must have bought out a camera shop or something.
Yes, sir.
Why would you have?
And all those G-clay paintings that are just, they're expensive copies of nothing.
Right.
You know?
We like simple.
People you can
Very
never.
strange.
The lettering is.
And then that stamp collection, which is, you know, that's it. If you don't know what you're doing with your writing, stay away from that stuff. And it's such a racket. for
Chris.
People with.
Have you ever heard of a case called Engelblom v. Carey?
Are you
Or
asking?
no?
No. No.
Okay, I'll ask you after.
But she'll do very
It
well
has
with
to
that sale,
do
'cause
with,
there's
it's
a
many
lot of
moons ago.
things, you know.
Okay.
But at my son's
And whatever is
school,
there is a good quality.
he's in criminal
Right.
justice.
Right.
So
Even the
this is like a
kitchenware,
law
the
class
pots
that
and
he's
pans are
taking.
best quality.
And in this law class
Very interesting
came up
house.
this case.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Really
guess where
is.
it is? It's right across. It's where your building is,
Oh.
where your offices
Oh,
are.
real- oh, really?
Many moons ago.
Oh, no
And he's
kidding.
like, "Oh,
But it's-
mom,
yeah, it's
isn't that
amazing
across
that somebody
from like?
bought
Is there
all
a
that
yeah,
stuff
place
and never
across
put
from
a
Drownlands?"
nickel
And
into the house.
I'm like,
Yeah, did you see the
I'm like,
outside?
"Oh my
of that?
God, you know, blah 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 blah
Right,
blah."
it's
And
rotting.
he said,
Yeah,
"Please
the
ask
siding
him
is
if
rotting.
he knows
She was saying
anything
that they're gonna
about
start
it or heard
replacing the
anything because
outside
you know
siding.
everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know."
No. I mean,
And obviously
we're-
somebody's
we're
got
already
money.
done.
And not
We
only
have
that,
our own
but they
frivolous
moved someplace and
lawsuit
just
that's
left
going
it.
on right
Yeah,
now for over
yeah.
that.
Just walked away from
Oh,
it.
yeah. Do?
It's
Oh,
insane,
yeah.
It's
right?
just
The
the whole
guy,
thing
quote
is
unquote, fell out of a
craziness.
third-story window. He tried to sue the village of
You're on
Warwick.
YouTube.
Huh? Oh,
You're on YouTube. I just wanted to tell you that.
okay. Oh, for later on.
Okay.
Anyway.
Wow.
This is why you don't start over.
I was gonna
like,
cut
yeah,
this, but guess
it's
what? I have to watch 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Ooh.
Boop, boop, boop.
Can you believe it's a nice day?
It's
Oh, it's
cold
been a
out.
beautiful day if you didn't have to go
What's
out
your
in it.
definition of nice? What the hell's wrong with you?
I asked myself that too.
Just as far as the, you know, how.
Alright, I guess we should look at this.
I'm gonna put up the first project.
Who came up with all these mission statements? You?
Yes.
Ugh. That's, there it is.
It's not for us.
Ugh.
The building would have to submit that.
There's nothing wrong with the original.
You can't put a
Keep the original.
Unless you've got approval.
You'll have to find out.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, in the meeting.
No, that's not what he said.
Oh. What is that?
And then you have to have it notified, you know, the building, you can't just like.
He said, did everybody vote on it?
Well, yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Which they did.
Of course. This is of course. 239 soul and sun.
So,
You wearing your diamonds?
yeah,
You wearing your diamonds?
my diamonds. Yes, they're a girl's best friend.
Took them out of the safe just for today?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Oh geez, oh geez, he's here?
Yes. Yes.
Not for long.
How do you know?
Yeah, what do you know that we, what do
What
you know that we don't know?
24-year-old guy.
We like you. Okay. It's
All right.
5 o'clock.
All right.
Perfect. We're ready.
All right, the review board, the Architectural Historic District Review Board of the Village of Warwick, and we call to order today. Good afternoon. Today is February the 4th, 2025, and I would like to call Village of Warwick Historic District Review Board to order. Shall we do the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call,
I'm so surprised I remembered it.
will the clerk please call the roll?
Matthew Lapinto,
Here.
Glenn Ryan,
Here.
Michael Bertolini,
Here?
Jane Glazeman,
Here.
Chris DeHaan,
Present.
Oh, I'm too different. And I have a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting of January 7th, 2025.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All right, shall we look at the agenda for today?
We should.
And the first thing on the agenda for today is a discussion about number 9 Main Street, Sydney Edwards, is that right?
Yes.
Would you like to come up here, Ms. Edwards?
Cass, do you want to come up too?
Crystal of Quartz. Talk to us.
Oh, hi. Yeah. Nice to meet everybody. This is my daughter Cassidy.
Hi, Cassidy.
Seeing her mommy do her thing tonight. Yeah, so I moved into 9 Main Street. It's a wellness store. And I'm trying to get some signs approved to reflect the nature of my business. Both signs would be placed, I believe the term is in kind, where the old signs used to be. So it's not anything new, it's just a new signage, which I had made by a lovely sign designer. The hanging sign would be made of wood and the other probably wood as well. And the hanging sign already has an apparatus presently there. However, it's in a bit of disrepair, as you can tell from the photo.
Yep.
So I'd be happy to put up mine if that's acceptable. Mine's brand new and
Would
very,
this be a hanging?
Go back up.
it wouldn't swing.
It would.
It would
One-
be
just one sheet.
stationary, yeah. I think it's not acceptable to have a
It's not.
swinging sign,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so it wouldn't swing, it would be stationary. And then the other one would go up top above the building where the old beef jerky sign was.
Oh, above the window.
Exactly, yeah.
Are we
The
allowed
same
to have two
dimensions.
signs?
Would there be, is that allowed, 2 signs?
Yes,
Everything all right for measurement?
yes,
Yeah.
everything is all right for measurements.
Okay.
Right. How does everybody feel? Open discussion on the signage.
It doesn't meet our code, Boris said, but the lettering and all the designs all over it, they count as lettering. So you have to read Boris's notes.
Is that,
Is that Boris is saying? That
Yep, lettering percentage.
Okay, so this is,
Lettering of any sign,
on any sign may not
60%
exceed
of the sign area.
10% of the area of any one of the signs. It's on page
Yeah.
5. The area of the lettering shall be computed into according with the illustration provided. So did you receive that from Boris?
I did not.
Okay.
At least I haven't seen it yet. Was it emailed?
Yeah.
Perhaps, okay. My manager checks the emails and she does that on Wednesday, so that's why.
Okay. So what he's saying is this is not approved.
Okay,
I mean, you've got too much lettering, you've got too many flowers.
too much lettering meaning the name is too long, because that is the name of my business.
But it's just, from my estimation, there's too much going on, which is what Boris is saying.
Okay,
Too many colors. You know,
is there an allowable number of colors? Because I didn't see that anywhere when I was reading.
so,
I think the big thing is a permanent sign should have no more than 5 words, and a symbol or a logo is counted
Counts as
as
a word.
counted as a word. So if you look here, Soul, Am, Sam, and Summit, that's 3. Then you got Mountain, Sun, Rainbow,
Sure.
1,000 mushrooms and crystals.
So we're referring to this sign right now.
Yes, we could do
Okay,
that.
We could go over that.
The other ones are
Okay.
even easier, but
sure.
all those little things is a symbol, and a symbol is a word by our code.
Cassie, I need a moment. Just give me a moment. Okay, so what if I remove everything and I just have Soul and Summit with a plain colored background? Is that acceptable?
No, I think there's too many colors in the words themselves.
Okay, what,
I find it confusing that the basic premise that we have always used is if you're in a car going 20 miles an hour
yeah,
down Main Street, you gotta be able to read the signs. And I've been in a car going 20 miles an hour
yeah.
and I can't read the sign.
Okay, what if I do a singular color for the letters, Soul and Summit, and a singular color for the background with just the white behind the words?
Let's use the color itself. So you're saying you would use blue for the background?
I would, if I were to choose 2 colors, I would use the blue for the background and the orange for the lettering.
The letter M, like the letter M.
Yeah, exactly. It actually in person is a bit darker of an orange, but if that doesn't matter, I'm not sure why it's looking.
So the
it looks a
word
bit lighter.
soul and summit would be in that orange color
Yes, sir.
on the blue.
On the blue.
And then you'd have that sort of white background to the lettering.
Exactly.
Same thing, yeah.
And that black outline would be the only other color,
Yep,
just
okay.
of the letters.
That sounds like that's
Okay,
much.
let me just write that
I
down.
think that's much
So
better.
orange and blue.
Would you like her to represent it next month as the exact sign that you're getting?
It should be, just because I think it's, you know,
It's a messy
it-
sign.
it-
It's very detailed.
just so that everybody's on the same page with it,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
it's clear.
my
you
only
know.
concern is that I'm already open and I'm not getting a lot of
Okay.
foot traffic.
Right,
If there's
right.
any way that I could just get the sign up and get it made, because it would literally just be those colors, like all the background I'll completely remove.
Right,
um,
right.
Is there any way I could just not have to wait another 2 months to get it? Cause it's gonna take about a month
Well,
to make
so,
it.
so, I mean, if we look at that sign, so back up to the, Kristen?
Go back to the rectangle.
Yeah, so that one there, so a black border around the edge, correct?
Around just where the letters are, not around the edge of the sign.
Oh,
Just see
so
how,
just the letters would be black
It's a
outline.
line,
Just-
a
it's-
black line.
just a black
Right,
line,
but
yeah.
the letters themselves would be the same orange as the M.
M.
yes, sir,
Okay.
yep.
And then you'd still highlight the sole and summit with the white
the white.
background.
White cloud, I'm gonna call it white
The
cloud, bubble cloud.
Yeah.
Right, and then on the, then around that would be the blue.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty straightforward. If the design doesn't really change, other than you'd probably just be recentering it on the field, correct?
yes, exactly,
Yep,
yeah,
because of the
because of the mountain, it would
Yep,
go over
right,
slightly
right,
to the
correct,
left,
yep,
and that
yep.
would be all.
Yeah, okay.
The mountain would not be there.
The mountain,
Right, right,
nothing,
right,
right,
yeah.
just blue,
Just
yeah,
the
and
two.
I agree with you guys, I do think,
Yeah.
now that you mention it that way, it is a
Yeah.
bit busy to see from the road.
I think
I think-
well,
You think
I mean,
that's
with
all
that-
right?
That's pretty
Yeah, I
clear,
think-
so,
yeah.
you know, so if the design of the lettering doesn't change, all we're doing is saying one color for the lettering, the white background,
background.
and the blue field. And with just the detail of each letter has a black outline around the edge of it. I think
Exactly.
it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That should work.
I think that should
Okay,
work.
then we
Thank
have.
you.
And then we go to the next sign, but I mean, for branding reason, you probably want the next sign to look like this sign.
it'll look similar, yeah. So
So-
are there any elements that are kind of interesting that I could keep? Because I will say, like, this one, I'd like it to be slightly more artistic if possible.
Can you undo the split screen?
Could you stop?
This, drag that back
Yeah, I
down.
know.
Or drag it up, I don't, either way.
Okay.
Really nice drawing.
Why?
So the code is 5 words or
Why?
5
Yeah.
5
Images.
things.
things. So
So right
Soul
now-
and Summit
There.
plus 2 other.
Got it.
You can pick 2 crystals, a rainbow and a crystal.
Okay.
So I like the rainbow outline. I think it draws more attention to the name. Could I keep the rainbow? Maybe just connect the whole rainbow, take away the clouds, because they
Yeah,
count
yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
what if I connect the whole rainbow and leave like a crystal on either corner? Does that count?
How about
Is-
just take it all out and just have the circle around the words
Rain.
soul and summit?
So just the rainbow.
Just to call it a rainbow on that kind of pale, what is it, tangerine orange?
It's actually gonna be made of wood, so it'll just be wood grain. We were trying to represent that with the color.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that won't be a color at all. It'll just be the
Be
wood
wood.
grain, and it'll be finished.
Can
Okay.
it be just the rainbow with the word soul and summit on it without all the decoration around?
Is it possible to just add one crystal?
It's too much stuff going on. It's just, it's
Well,
too,
So, but are we gonna do all the lettering in one color again?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Her-
that orange color.
I just want to interject, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
her store is a crystal store.
I know.
That's
Right,
what
right,
she
yeah,
sells.
yeah, yeah.
Primarily.
So on
Can she go,
Marie's-
I'm okay with her getting 1 crystal,
Okay.
I am too, because
All
that's
right,
5.
because it is 5.
So can we pick one crystal? Maybe the blue one to tie it in with?
My thing is if we have just one crystal, it may
Me
look
too.
imbalanced. I think 2 would look, if it
Opposite
was like
corners.
top left and bottom right, just out of,
So the lettering is, so,
One,
okay.
2, 3. So you've got 3.
Now
The
you got
rainbow
6.
is
So-
4.
so
And
what
then
do
the
you-
lettering is 5, right?
Hmm?
And the lettering is 5, or each word is a,
Each word.
so 1,
each
2,
word is an.
Soul, Am-Sam, Summit,
Why don't, oh,
Come on,
Yeah.
tell us.
Cloud,
why don't, because your store is a crystal store,
Yeah.
and this is what you're trying to have people know that you're a
Yeah.
crystal store, I would
Definitely.
why don't you take the rainbow out? Because
agree.
that
Do
is
the crystals.
really like, whoa, like you're really
Oh, yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
other stores in town, like Marie's, the flowers are there, so I would do it just simple,
Yeah.
just do your crystals,
I
whatever you
agree-
got,
I
and take
agree.
away the flowers, take away the rainbow, the mushrooms, everything, and
The-
now you guys go. That's just
The
my-
problem with just the crystals is it's just not a pretty sign to me without the crystals. Like the rainbow ties it in where it hits the crystals. If that makes sense. Like if they're just crystals, they're just kind of floating in space.
Well, they are floating
From
in
an-
space anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, but with the rainbow, it kind of pulls it together. It's hard to explain. It's like it's just artistic
So
preference,
you've
I
got
guess.
Soul and Summit, that's 3.
Yeah,
Rainbow would be 4, and 1 crystal would be 5.
because 5 is the allowable
Yeah.
amount.
Right.
So you either get rid of the rainbow and have 2 crystals, or
Rainbow and 1 crystal.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do the rainbow and then the one
Oh.
purple crystal at the bottom then, in that case.
Right.
Because I
Okay.
really like the outline.
Okay,
So I'll do the purple crystal at the bottom, the rainbow around it,
Yeah.
and then,
around
Yeah.
all of this rainbow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I still have to choose one color, correct?
and it should be the same as the other sign, so you have consistency.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's gonna look fragmented.
So I would choose the blue because that'll be the same as the background on the other side, and since the wood is kind of gonna be an orangish, it won't look good. So if that's okay, I'll do blue
Yeah, because the
coloring.
two signs don't have, the lettering doesn't have to be the same necessarily.
doesn't,
Right? It could
no.
be, right.
Just
yeah,
just
right.
utilizing the same
Right.
group
Yeah.
of
Color,
colors.
group of colors,
So I'll
yeah.
do blue on this one for the coloring, a purple crystal, and the rainbow. It'll be all connected.
So what color are the letters? Did
Blue,
you
it's the
approve?
blue.
The blue, it's like a teal blue.
The blue.
On a natural wood.
A natural wood.
Yeah.
And the rainbow is all those colors. Okay.
Right.
It's one rainbow.
Natural wood background.
Yeah.
What?
It's one rainbow, no
And
clouds.
that's affixed to the
Natural
pole
background
that's there
to
now, right?
blue
Yes, it's-
lettering.
And I would
Yeah.
agree, yeah, I think the crystal on the bottom. the
Crystal.
bottom-
It'll look the best,
absolutely,
yeah.
Yeah,
Crystal at bottom.
yeah.
Because that's why I think where
And
people's eye
rainbow.
naturally
Yeah.
goes
Yeah.
is bottom right.
And you read it
Perfect.
and you end with the crystal.
Exactly,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're good.
Okay.
Perfect, thanks.
Right?
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't come back.
Absolutely.
You're good.
Thank you guys, I really appreciate that. I want to
Okay.
get people coming.
Okay.
One other thing I have on there is the paint colors, which I won't be doing till the spring, but should we
Oh,
go
that's
over
right.
that anyway, just because?
I think you should bring, I think yes, you should say something to the board.
Mention it now, so I get your opinions, and then I can come back with a more solid choice.
Can you try to find a picture of the building?
Well,
Or-
this is the thing. Tell them,
It's only
you
part of the building?
you can't paint the whole building.
I can't paint the whole building, I
So-
don't own the building, but I did get, approval from the landlord to paint as much as I would like, basically.
What a nice
Only
guy.
on your section.
On my section. I mean, there's a possibility I could get everyone else involved, maybe, I have
I
time.
think you should, because what's gonna happen is the building's gonna get chopped up.
And it, yeah,
And,
It's gonna
and it's,
look
you know,
worse.
and
gonna
for these,
worse.
and that's, you know, it's an old building,
Yeah.
you know, trying to get
that would
a
look-
Again, get the
uniform
whole
finish
line
of the whole
down.
Get the-
building.
I would
the
love
elevation.
that,
Right,
yeah.
so, you know.
I'll certainly try.
Yeah,
I don't know
so-
how, if
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
else is gonna be willing to.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So-
But
I
I'll
don't know,
try.
I don't
It-
think we're game on the, you know, just an area. in
Yeah.
These colors.
Go back.
And not the rest of the building.
Because it's
I
It'll
totally.
make
So you have a
Everything else
division
is
naturally
blurry.
on from the first to the second floor. So if you can get first
do.
floor painted,
Just the first floor.
that would
yeah.
be great. I mean, look, if you get all of it painted, great.
Yes.
But if you get at least the first floor, so it doesn't look just
Yeah,
like you
well, that's
standing
what I was
alone.
thinking, just the other people that rent, retail space, it's just 2 more businesses, so they may be willing. While I'm thinking about it, cause I see the horrible signpost that's there currently, if you'll scroll up just slightly to show that rusty thing, would you like me to use that or put up a new one that's fresh? Cause I do have a new one.
If you-
That's
What
like
does
a
it look
black,
like?
it's just a black metal, and it has, I I don't think I put a picture of it in there, did I? It has like, I do have a picture from my old building. If you guys don't mind, I'll grab my cell phone.
Okay.
Cause it was on my old shop. It's very simple black. It has like a little swirl here, that's all. Just
We
a
can
slight-
we can handle this world.
Other,
Oh, do you
other,
need to see it? Do you want
other-
to
Because
see
that
it?
one's
other
wood. Is that
businesses.
Yeah, I mean, if you have
No,
a
that's
picture of
metal.
it, great.
I'll show you. I'll
Yeah.
see if I can find it.
That's metal, looks metal.
Other-
And if you guys can just let me know if any of the paint
Businesses.
colors that I looked at are okay for when I talk to the other businesses, just so I can see.
Maybe,
Is the landlord going to keep, and is he gonna do anything with the second floor? Because,
The landlord, I'll be honest, he's not going to do anything ever,
ever.
So.
I don't think we should go over the paint colors until we know that the other businesses are going
gonna-
to
Right.
contribute.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
it's
I
not
would
a
come back
good
with
use
that
of
one.
time.
They're gonna
Yes.
have
That's
input on color
understandable.
too.
I will say the gold though is
Don't even
strong.
look at it now.
Yeah.
Don't, let's
You're
not
gonna
even,
have a
I
hard
don't,
time with gold for us.
don't
Like, it's-
even, we're not
Okay.
even going to discuss that now, because if it never comes to fruition, it's a waste of
mood
time.
issue.
That's exactly right, so.
I'm just gonna see if I can find the sign. Oh, here's, this is, it's a little bit more swirly than I remembered, but it's that signpost there that has the lettered sign on it.
this side,
Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
this
that's
is
fine,
all I
actually, that's
have.
fine, yeah.
It doesn't bother any of you. It has like
You
little
see it on
swirls.
the right-hand side?
I think that's actually reversed. It would go the other way, I believe, in the
Fine.
building.
Looks fine.
It's okay with
Yeah.
everybody. It's just
Yeah.
got some swirls on it.
It's on the, yeah. on the
Okay.
right.
It's just nice metal.
Okay, great.
That scares
Okay,
me.
thank you so much, that's perfect.
So I can take this
Bye.
down early
Yes.
even potentially, because
Uh-huh.
that terrifies me, I'll be
Sydney,
honest.
thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, thanks. So we're good. Hey, we did it. High five. Thank you. Good teammate. Thank you guys.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Take
care.
it. You'll see me in the spring, I'm sure. Maybe sooner. if I can
Thank
talk
you
to
so
everyone.
much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Come on, sweetheart. Cassidy, you can't sit all night.
Bye, Cassidy.
I mean, she could try.
I do that all night.
Okay.
so.
I just don't want a liability
Okay,
issue
now.
if anybody gets hurt, you know?
I think we have.
There's another one right
Now we
there.
have Bo.
Yeah, you know, this is
Fun
stressing me
images.
out.
I can't get these
Hello.
Okay,
Yes.
yes, Bo, come up. The only thing is, and I'm so glad that you're here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're really glad to see you.
And we're
He
really
needs to
glad
talk
to
to
see you,
him. He
and
needs to
I
talk.
just wanted you all to see, you had all previously approved this. I just wanted you to review again what is going to go up at Dunkin' Donuts,
Are you making
okay?
changes?
That is going, no, you
What
already,
the
you
what?
already, stop it, it's all, excuse me, this is already approved.
So why are we
Okay,
here?
for the Dunkin' I wanted to show you, it was
Oh,
approved
they're
a
getting rid
year
of the word
ago.
donut.
Okay, that's right.
Is that it?
And that's it, and
Well,
then
they, on the building itself, I think they're going to an orange, which is
there,
approved.
that's right.
Right,
All of
right.
this was approved already.
Yeah,
I
I
just
remember
wanted to, thank you.
So we're just getting rid of
So
the word
they-
donuts.
Hold
Yes.
on, they're just getting rid of the word donuts. They are changing the awnings. The awnings are all going to be the same color. They're doing interior renovations, which you guys don't see, but I'm just telling you the
paint, too.
excitement about Dunkin' Donuts. All these great things are happening, but you already previously approved it. I just wanted to show
It's
you.
not gonna stick out like this, is this?
They're putting
What?
new
No, no,
awnings
it's
on?
because it's a clean placard.
Yeah, they are trying
It's
to
just highlighting
match. They're trying to match exactly what is there.
Building,
It looks so.
and they're painting their sign.
Is it gonna be that one?
Is it gonna be this clean and this?
And again, it's not, so in my defense, I said to them, they had to come to you guys, they said they already did, I recall that.
Yes,
Yeah.
remember,
Yes,
we
yes.
did that whole
They asked
thing.
me what they could do with that, and they said they had to conform to what the other signage is. So I have to get them from Miss Bemmel, who is retired, the colors. So I'm trying to do that, and if not, we'll match it as.
Oh, Sue
best
Beagle?
we
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, Beagle.
So did we approve the color of the awning?
I
Yes.
understand,
Oh,
yes,
it's-
everything's been approved.
Okay, so the awnings are yes, everything's been approved. The awnings are the exact same color. They're not
Okay,
doing
that's what I
anything.
thought.
They're
Yep.
just freshening
So
up,
they
that's
asked me
all.
about the pylon sign, and I said, just keep it the same.
Yep.
Different word,
Yep.
or a single word, Duncan, but no
Get
changes
it.
in color.
Perfect.
Because then my other tenants will say, I want a different color. and
Thank
No.
you.
And
Please.
it's opening a box of,
Yeah.
Worms, it's called,
You don't need that.
Yeah, they're a real
we
problem.
got a lot of Fiesta colors that we love to do, so. So keeping with that theme, we are looking to, and I think you guys may have it.
You have it all here, yep.
Sublime is one of the first tenants to come in, Sublime Aesthetics and Wellness.
Nice.
We're simply talking about channel letters and/or channel letters on a door below the.
That's what they were going to do. They're not,
decks,
they're
if
matching
you will.
it. Don't worry about it.
I think we've spoken about this in the past, but we're looking at a black channel letter on white
Yeah,
to keep it very simple
Yep.
and what we feel is classy.
clean,
And
it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
haven't really chosen, I mean, this particular one you're looking at,
is number 2 up here?
the font, I guess is, I don't know which one that is. We have two different companies looking at it, so we haven't chosen a company yet. We have both Raven Lake, Mr. Hoey, if that's how you pronounce it, and EM Signs out of Sparta, working on this for us.
So,
But
so,
ultimately, this is one,
Well, the idea would be
printing
that
and the
eventually the type lettering and the
It's bonkers.
signage will be the same. We'll do all three of the balconies will be done with the same letter.
correct.
So that
That's
there's
the
no
idea.
change.
Same
We
font,
don't
same
wanna,
color.
we don't wanna
Yeah,
wreck
good,
the
yeah.
look.
The size would be different depending on words. Of course, this particular tenant has 4
Yeah.
characters, if you will, and another tenant may have 1. So they're obviously their letters
But it
will
will,
be bigger.
there will be a sameness to
But
it.
there will be a sameness in font and color.
Yeah,
And
that's what.
tenant signage uniformity.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's the term I was looking for.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Okay,
So we're trying to keep it simple. I think it'll look really good with the existing,
I have to tell you,
Touches
the
on the
building's
building.
looking great.
congratulations, because I think
Oh,
the
it's
building looks
amazing.
wonderful.
Yeah,
And
we're
thank
very
you for
excited
putting
about it.
wreaths on the windows. That was a nice touch.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you, yeah. we're
No.
gonna-
That was
we're gonna
Ron's
do it every
idea.
year. Yeah, everything in there is Ron's idea if it comes down to it.
you don't get credit for anything?
No, I'm not. No, it's not me.
And your other building looks great.
Thank you.
Is it
Yeah.
full?
It is, well, we have one, 2-bedroom available, but it should be filled. We've got multiple people looking at it. So I
Wow.
did get a call from your friend, unfortunately 13 was already full.
Uh-huh.
Did she want a 2-bedroom? I did.
She wanted to bedroom.
I have a 2-bedroom.
Well, but she got something.
She did get something?
Yeah,
Okay, because it just came back available. We swapped somebody, somebody
Yeah.
dropped
Well,
out.
it looks
Did a
great.
shift.
It does.
Thank you,
Yeah.
we're excited. I was just looking at it today, there's one cable, it's actually the cable, cable vision, if you will, cable across the road from your old building
Right,
there to our building, and that's the last cable to come down, then we will be all underground, which will be
Whoa.
awesome.
Oh, that's great.
So it does make a
Yeah.
huge difference.
It
from,
does, it really
Wow.
does.
So I
Very
was just
nice.
walking by today and said, wow, that is a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, without all the
Yeah.
stuff hanging.
Your boxwoods are looking a little cold.
They're all cold. They went in at very, very late. We're worried about all that, but we'll make sure it works.
Because
Yeah.
it looks great. It's simple landscaping and well done.
Yeah,
You've
thank
done a
you.
good
Thank
job.
you. Yeah, appreciate it. It's,
So
looking
you-
forward to spring when everything starts.
We
We
all are.
right.
You have a
Right.
restaurant lined up?
don't have a restaurant, but if I can bring that up, I think that's part of this a little bit. Is that did I send over that rendering? That is the building?
You know what? The restaurant front awning,
Yeah, and basically,
you did.
we're looking at
I
pulling
have
a
it.
little bit of an audible, but ultimately, I don't have, and I will blame this one on Ron. He did the
he's not
submittal,
here.
correct, Kristen?
He did.
Yeah.
That's why I knew
I'll
tenants.
throw him under the
Tenant
bus.
signage
You know he didn't show up.
uniformity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on
We're supposed to be
the,
at the same
it's on the
time.
very last page. Oh, sorry, here. Here.
So we were
Oh, do
always,
you have it?
yeah,
Okay,
we
here.
were always talking about going above the door on the brick with signage, and we talked about a kind of, if we will, a traditional oblong wooden sign with gold
Yeah.
leaf.
Yeah.
So it'd be a black background on the brick with gold leaf lettering. I do have that, not with me, and I apologize, but I can send that in. I just thought that'd be a.
It would be under the window, just like what we see there. on the-
Correct,
yeah.
yep, so there's 2 gooseneck lights installed, ready for the signage. the only thing I don't have. So it would be different than the uniform.
Right, right.
Oh.
uniformity
But
of the-
that's,
up to them.
I think that's okay because of the nature of the building,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Just breaking it up with the bigger
Yeah,
section.
because this is distinctly different than that, you know, so, yeah, I think that's fine.
So I can submit that rendering and we can
Is
come
there
back. for
somebody
it.
that's getting the restaurant?
We do not have a tenant for that right now. We have a couple exceptional people looking at it. We're very hopeful that one of them takes it. It's been, you know, a little bit of a difficult road because of the build-out costs, you know. Rent is rent, but
Yep.
to come in there and put in X
The
amount of
kitchen,
money
the
to build
kitchen.
it. Yeah, yes, exactly.
And not be the
So
owner too. You know,
Yeah,
it's
so-
always a challenge. Yeah.
It has been a little bit of a challenge from that standpoint, but we're very optimistic that somebody will come in. We do have 2 of the 3 retail and a third that is in lease, so
Okay.
that would be all 3 retail.
Great.
Done, and they're all wellness oriented and or soup and salad. I don't know if I should share it, but I will. The Leaf and Ladle is the salad place, which I thought was a pretty catchy name.
Yeah, that is.
They'll
Leaf and
serve
salad.
Leaf
And
and Leaf and Ladle.
And it's only
I like
three,
that.
three
Soup and
words.
salad, yeah, yeah, it'll fit.
And so it's
They can throw the icon, the
more
symbol of a leaf and little.
luncheon sort of
It's
food.
literally salads and soup
Soups.
and I think
Like that.
smoothies.
That
Very
should be
simple.
wonderful.
Like that.
Yeah, I think it's.
We
great.
need
Yeah,
something
we
like
walk
that in the
across the
village.
street and get a quick salad. that'd be nice.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So
right.
do you feel, once Bo is presenting this tenant signage uniformity, do the people have to come, do the individual people
Yes.
have to come back to you if Bo is going to like set that, like, if you pick this for instance, right? And the colors, do they really have to come back every time, or
I
or
don't
are
see
you?
that they do.
I think that.
As
it-
long as it's
Or is-
5 or less.
Or
I mean,
Bo, are you just going to tell them, okay, this is what you have
We
to
were
do?
hopeful that if we kept it uniform, that we wouldn't have the tenants coming back each time.
Right.
'cause,
Is that
you
good
know,
with you guys?
It's
I
very
mean,
good.
I would
Perfect.
certainly come
Because it-
back for the restaurant just because we don't have it in front of you if you
Okay.
want me to.
Yes, but
the rest of them are.
but if the standard is sublime aesthetic and wellness as
Yeah.
your, you know, what
Then that's
everybody
it.
else is
So
gonna
which-
follow,
It all
and we're
depends.
fine with that,
Okay,
that, yeah, then I would agree, and as long as it doesn't exceed the 5,
yeah.
you know, then you're fine.
oh, well, I
Because
thought,
the font will be the same, the
Yeah.
color will be the same,
right,
the size of the font will be the same.
yeah,
If they understand that, because
So
that's
it's,
the
so it's a
secret.
brushstroke approval
Yeah.
on the other spaces, as long as they're identical in
so you
design.
would, Bo, you would
Conform.
just tell them, this is what I'm thinking
Yeah.
out loud, you just tell them, okay, this is what's approved, this is
Yes.
what you have to do.
Yep.
Right, right.
This
Is
the
that right?
font, This
This
is
is the
the
font,
it's
this
good.
is
And
the
if they
look. This is the look.
choose to go another route, we can
Right.
certainly come in and discuss that. But I think it'll be black and white, you
Perfect,
know, black
Right.
channel lettering. If they, we're trying to keep it so each one doesn't want their own font
Right.
or any other nuances.
Right, right,
That's
right.
why I'm coming in and trying to get it all
Yeah.
done at once.
yeah,
That way we don't have to
And I
go
think
back
the
and forth
uniformity is
with
gonna
them.
be much nicer for
Yeah.
the building than.
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely. yeah.
So
The
which
consistency
one?
is already
Well,
there, let's carry it.
So
Which
on that note, I would say that, do you guys care how it's laid out?
I do.
Because that's a lot of.
Oh, okay.
That's why we
I
go
like
back
one
and forth.
line better
consider-
than
Right.
two.
So keep it on one line,
Yeah.
okay? Even if it's a large name like this one.
Yep, I think it's a better look
Yeah.
for all your.
It reads better too.
And that's
Okay.
probably gonna be your worst case scenario too. It's fairly
Yeah,
long.
Leaf and ladles too, that's
Yeah.
very simple, and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which type style are you picking? Which, can
I
you
think
tell
it-
me, like, the board, you know, pick?
Number
I-
three.
This page is,
I like 4 down, but I like all capitals, that's why.
Oh, you're looking at that one, okay.
And, 3 or 4.
I like 4.
No, you guys have to vote on it.
Okay.
You all have to agree.
I like 4.
You're looking at the wrong page, Glenn.
I know.
Well,
I said 4 down in the middle,
He
Yeah.
likes
because they're all capitals.
caps.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They're all
I do
capital.
like the all caps.
right, full capital.
We're all in agreement on that then.
Okay,
You want number 4 down?
Yes,
1,
please.
2, 3, 4, okay,
Yeah.
that one,
yep.
okay, and then, And you want one line, single line,
Single line.
and then the colors, of course, are
The one color,
black
black.
and white.
Yep,
Black and white,
Black
right?
lettering and the
White,
background will be
white.
white.
Okay.
perfect, nice and clean.
So good?
Yep,
We're good?
great.
Everybody, yes?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
All right, perfect. So we have the uniformity, signage uniformity for 13 Forester.
Kristen's so happy
I am.
for some weird reason. It's like it's Christmas.
It's not a weird reason.
Signage uniformity.
And then
Looking at a
just,
spring opening.
do you want Bo to come back for the restaurant or no? Because this is basic, like,
I think
signage
for the
uniformity.
canvas awning is the only weird thing, but
I
depending
don't
on.
believe it's a canvas awning. The awning we discussed, this one is, I believe gonna be potentially metal, similar to the Fed,
Okay.
with two anchors to tie it back into the brick.
Right.
Yeah.
And the signage would
yeah.
go above that.
Are you
Got it.
okay with that?
Yep,
Everybody's good with the awning?
Yeah.
So
Okay,
the sign,
perfect.
so just,
Okay.
okay, so if you have this sort of marquee type of
Yeah.
thing coming out, let's say, to use the Fed as the example. If the signage is above that and it's just a thing, will it block the signage?
It
You
will
know.
block it from certain angles.
Or do you do it on the edge of the marquee?
We might do it on the edge of the
Yeah.
marquee. It might be worth coming back in. We
I
don't
think
have a
I would
tenant,
say
so
come back in
I-
on that
I wouldn't
one.
have a problem. I would
Yeah.
prefer your input.
Yeah.
rather
Okay.
than just do it.
Yeah, I think I'd come back on that
The
one.
reason we're putting it above is because we planned on that the whole time and we
Right.
installed the lights.
Right,
We
right.
had a pitched canvas or cloth awning,
Right,
but it took up too much room. There was no room for the
right,
signage.
right,
oh,
So that's why when we saw the Fed, we said, that's a great idea and a very classy look.
right, yeah.
And we kind of threw that in there. So-
Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Fed where it has the gold letters
Yeah.
there, which
But we don't
looks
have
so
But it's
that
on the
nice.
marquee.
But it's on the marquee.
not
Now I
on
know
the-
what you're
yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the only thing is, what do we do with the gooseneck lights?
Are they centered between the windows, or are they
They're
cropped, or
right
it's
on
like the
either
draw?
side.
Oh, there's a picture, oh, good.
Yeah.
Because if you're on that side of the street, you're not gonna see that.
Yeah, if you're under it, you're definitely not gonna see it,
Yeah.
right? If you're on
But if
the
you're
side-
under it, you know where you are.
Yeah.
You're there for the
you take
restaurant.
So you, well,
You want to frame out the marquee, put some lights inside the marquee, frosted glass,
Yeah.
put your black lettering on it, light up the marquee, and you got your little glow letters.
You can't have
can't have
any.
anything internally lit.
That's
No.
correct. It doesn't meet
Sounded
our code. So that's
I
a
tried,
no.
Bob. I tried.
Sounded good.
You know, it's very visible from across the street as you're driving up. I don't
Right.
think, so, no, I'll bring up a can of worms, the 13,
Why not?
13 arm that everybody loves.
It's
Oh, the-
beautiful. The street sign. It's a street sign. It's it's his
What-
address. Excuse me.
It's our address on the building. That is an arm off the corner of the building.
Okay. Oh, I see, yeah, yeah.
Isn't it
It's right
So
beautiful?
there.
so to my point would be that everybody who's coming to the building uses Google Maps if they don't know it already. And they're
Right,
saying,
right, right.
how do I
right.
get to this restaurant? They're looking for a 13, not a
13.
name necessarily of a business these days.
I agree.
I'm just pulling into a building whenever I'm going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So wait, what's the can of worms? What's the question?
Nothing. No can of worms. It's all good.
that's what we like.
We're not doing a pylon sign, so I don't believe. So we're
Right.
just doing the names on the building.
And you have that.
mean,
I
you
know.
could- what you could do on the, on those is not do the goosenecks, listen, you've got a junction box there.
Right.
You could either put some sort of ornamental plate over it and not
Yes.
use the lights. That's a possibility.
That is certainly a
Um,
possibility. And
Or they could just simply just be like an up, like on the,
Like we did on the corner building.
corner
over-
building down here.
With the Masonic building where you
Masonic
have the
Temple,
up
where you have the up
wall
down
walks.
lights. The
Oh,
wall
walk,
walks.
right.
change them and push them
Right,
up. That would be
right,
nice.
Which looks
Yep.
nice,
That
yeah.
would look nice too.
We could also
just-
put a Christmas tree on the awning in the winter.
Just one
Light that
thing
up.
to think about, Bo, too, and this is just for you to think about,
Understood, yeah.
is on the three arches over the windows.
Yes.
Okay, because I think at one point they were windows or some sort of, even like
It
in
may
the
have been
rendering.
something else, yeah.
But just a suggestion, might be a fairly easy thing, is just like sort of like a sunburst of trim that
Yeah.
just is a panel
Out
that
of
goes in
wood
there.
Or
That's the color of the window or
oil
something,
or whatever it is.
you know, where it's just,
It just is,
Yeah.
it's a dressing.
Yes,
Yeah.
almost like what's in that one.
you
Oh, I
you
know
just
what
have some
you're
sort of
Like a PVC
panel that
I know
trim
what
kind
you
of
mean.
vinyl
Pop a
PVC.
little bit.
Yeah.
just pop, yeah,
Like
so,
a white-
so those, because they don't really
Doesn't read.
You don't
It
see
doesn't
them.
read.
And I think it would be better if they did.
Okay.
So-
It says inside or outside?
No, just
Outside.
just an.
It's a medallion.
It's a medallion applied on
Yeah.
the brick,
Built out of
just
wood
in there, or
something.
PVC or
vinyl,
something,
yeah.
or, yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
But just
I don't wanna
to-
say, like,
just
glue
to
it on,
carry
but-
the color, so the way
Yeah,
to read.
Glue it on, yeah, I know.
Glued, yeah.
And would it be white matching the
No,
tree?
I think it would be.
Black would look
It would
nice.
be black.
Window, yep,
Okay.
yep.
the window.
Yeah, that would
But
make
if
a
you look
difference.
some of those,
Yeah, I
I don't
can
wanna say,
visualize
there's a
it.
couple buildings in the
But
village
there's
here
no
that have-
reason you can't use those wall wash with the light going up and down,
Okay. Oh,
which
that's a
would
great
wash
idea.
this, that would bring more light.
We do have that with, on the columns, I believe, in the
Right.
landscape.
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so,
It's a great idea. Thank you for.
because I just
saying
say,
That's what architects do.
that's what we do, come on.
I thought we were here for signage.
You don't have to do that. They're,
No, I'm
you
not.
know that,
we're
there-
just
you don't
having
have
to
to,
think
it's
about
just,
I
yeah.
think it looks attractive.
No, you
I think
must
it's a
do
great
it.
idea.
No, because you see how in that,
Yes.
in the drawing there, how those windows read differently, even though that's not glass up there, but it's a different color, so it reads.
Yes, and I think we discussed it a little bit, so it might have been, I like the idea very much.
And you're doing shutters or no shutters?
No.
No shutters.
No
We
shutters.
went away from shutters
Yeah.
because when we put them on, they looked ridiculous.
Okay,
don't
gotcha,
need
okay,
them.
got it, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I
don't
think
need
it's
them.
cleaner looking without.
I do too,
Yeah.
much better.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that's
Cool.
it. Do you have to come back for, we're good for the,
Just a restaurant,
Everything but the.
Just the restaurant.
just a restaurant,
and the awning and
and the,
the,
yeah, great,
The restaurant, yeah.
yeah,
okay.
all good.
Is that
All
good,
right.
Bo?
Yep.
I'm
Did-
very-
are you happy
very
with that?
With everything, yeah, I'm glad it helps us with the direction. Tenants will be happy, the first one can get their sign going and
Yeah.
go
Great.
from there.
Oh, good.
It's very.
You thought you were gonna be here quick.
No.
I
It was
knew you
quick.
wouldn't be.
Wasn't it?
It was.
Oh, all good.
It was.
Okay.
Perfect, thank
Thank you
you.
very much, appreciate it
you.
as always.
Thank you.
Good,
See you
good,
next
good.
time.
Looking
See you
good.
next time.
Have a good night.
You too, bye.
All right?
Okay, so the next thing we are going to discuss is this. Okay? Can you please,
What is this?
these are approved roof colors, so our residents don't have to come in every time for a roof. And, you know, a granite black could, or a,
Weathered wood or,
I would
yeah, like
choose-
what,
I would
what,
choose
can you give me at least two?
Two. Do the granite black and the deep, deep chocolate brown, and that's it.
This one?
No, the
Or
one
this
below.
The one
Cornerstone?
The one below,
This?
with the little white
Here?
tag. No,
No.
down, down.
What
Well,
word
that's
below
a-
is throwing you
it's
off?
one
Below.
sample though.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
one
the
whole sample.
entire roof.
Yeah, so that's
This.
No, but
Yeah,
this
No,
is.
no,
this is
no,
all
this
one
is
variant.
It's a
the
blend.
roof.
Yeah,
It's
It's
a
a blend, so
blend.
you have darker
This
colors.
is a blend,
Yeah.
Ah,
okay?
Well, then of the two, that the
No, you
brown
have
and
all
the
these-
black, but certainly not these silvery grays.
why,
And that's too patchworky.
I don't like the patchwork.
Okay.
I li-
I like the
What is
black.
the one? Look, you can
Can't go wrong
approve
with
just
that.
one, you can say one, just one color,
Why
and
can't-
then I'll tell people, look, you have to come in
I
for the
think she's
roof.
working for the roofing company.
Yeah. What's your take
She's
on
strong
this?
arming us.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
We can only choose one?
No,
You can choose as many as you want, but let's be honest.
might
The
like
black,
Patchwork.
whenever
I-
building chooses all black, that one,
I am,
we don't need to see it.
I am asking for a
That's fine.
standard
This is
color
that's a
from
perfect
you.
color. No one needs to see it. Anything
That's
else,
what I think too.
Right.
anything else, we'll probably have to see it.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I
But
think
this
that
color-
makes perfectly good
It's
sense.
So-
granite black, then our village residents do not have to come in.
Right.
Anything else,
You have to
They
come
have to
see
come
us.
Right.
okay?
Perfect.
Done.
Break the table.
She's gonna break the table. Because it's a commission. That's what happened. It's her commission you just ruined.
Oh, man. Okay.
That is hilarious.
That's not even on the agenda.
Anyway, yes, it is number one in the discussion. So it is the granite.
Oh, Bo got
Okay.
skipped.
Any other old business?
Yes, turn the page.
Oh my
So,
Okay. Thank you. Take it away.
a long time ago, you guys reviewed the guidebook, and part of the guidebook, I wrote mission statements for all the committees. Apparently, it was suggested to go back and have you re-review the mission statement for the AHDRB. And so we are presenting more options if you didn't like the original option. And since no one said they didn't like it, I thought everybody liked it. But here we are with more options to see if you like the mission statement. So A, B, C, D, E, and F.
Enhance safeguards celebration.
Do you have the original, Kristen?
Yes,
Mission
you have
statement?
the original, then we can do some sort of comparative.
And I will say the original came from the rules and regulations of the Village of Warwick.
Probably so many years ago, right?
I just copied, basically the formation of this committee was written into 2 paragraphs in the village code, and I took some sentences from the village code's, reason to create this committee as the mission statement. I think it's right there, if you just scroll down. Nope.
god. Getting sick.
I know, right?
I would think the safest one would be B,
I would say B as well, yeah.
because that, we
It
don't,
gives you
an
ability
opening, an open door to be able to
to
do
do other
something.
things, correct.
Because it cannot always be 18th or 19th or early 20th century.
Thoughtful stewardship is.
Yeah,
I think
we've
is-
got to
is-
keep an open mind that something could come up that would be fantastic, that would have been done in 1982 instead of 1882. So we got to keep an open door. I
Mission
think thoughtful
statement.
stewardship
This
is a
is,
good.
this
who
is
made
your
these-
mission
So
statement.
here's the mission statement, right, was currently proposed, so.
That's from the Village Warwick guidelines. From the rules and regulations on the formation of this committee. This was the sentence backing up why this committee was
Right.
created.
Well, then this was made in the 70s.
I just want to make a
You're dating
comment.
yourself.
Well, I am.
Keep in mind when people are reading this guidebook or getting it, it's the lay person, it's the people that are getting this book.
They don't have the knowledge of the wording that you would use in real estate or in
And
professionalism.
who was asking for us to, to look at a different?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I think B. What does everybody else feel?
I like B.
We got.
You're directing your village. I'm just
I
saying.
know.
Think about you're directing. Say me. I just bought a historic home. You're directing me upon what you want to do, and what this village is.
Well, I think each case is an individual case.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to, if we're worth our salt at this table, then we have to present ourselves as open enough to be able to do that.
And B allows you to do that.
And be
Okay.
current on whatever is happening to be able to do that. We can't say that it's just wonderful because it was old.
Okay.
And who came up with the A through F? Was that you, Matt? Or
I didn't come up with any of this.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Oh, no. That's different.
That's another story.
The just suggestions for you. If you would like something else, then please just tell me.
I think that B pretty well covers everything. See, that one is, to me, that one is a little bit dated and tight. The one that we have right now, the mission statement. I think it's a little bit tight.
Okay.
A little pretentious.
I mean, do you have any opinions, Matt, or?
Again, I was trying to tie it back to the rules and regulations of the
Right,
village.
Yeah,
That's was where I was coming from.
right.
Because I do feel like that is what we're trying to do, is preserve, protect, and to promote beauty and character, whatever. The Village of Warwick gets a little long in the
Right,
tooth.
right.
And I think all of these say something that's a little too much. Like, again, like, do I think we are doing stewardship? Do I think it's sustainable growth? We're here to make sure, certain things are happening and not happening, but all of these kind of,
Maybe the language is too dated. Maybe we should simplify the language.
Well, the simplest one is F, to protect, preserve, and promote the beauty of historic characters. I mean, that just says
Which
it.
is the mission statement right there.
And there's your
And no fancy words.
simple language.
Because these are, the aesthetic, historical standards begin to sound a little pretentious.
It is pretentious.
And just what Jane said, the last one, to protect, preserve, and promote, I mean, that's the basic.
yes,
That's pretty
Then just
basic.
leave, then.
that's our 3 Ps.
Okay, so let's leave it then.
Leave
You
that
know,
one?
Yeah.
Well, or F, because F is a little bit simpler.
Oh.
Right.
And then we get rid of the through the review part.
Oh, yeah, right.
We don't, that kind of maybe goes without
Or
saying.
maybe simplify
You just-
F by taking the word beauty out.
You added here, just to tell you, to protect, preserve, and promote the beauty and historic character of the Village of Warwick. So you just added,
A word in there, right.
okay? You added and you took some words
And you
out.
took
So
some
you're
out.
I
So just cleaning it up, maybe. Yeah. So maybe
It's
so
simple.
use F as a cleaned up version.
F is fine.
Right?
Yeah.
okay.
Everybody all right with that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple.
Glenn, you all right with that?
Yeah. I think protect is a kind of a word like, it could be a little,
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
We're here to protect.
So there are
Basically,
portions
that's
of the
what we-
village that we're here to protect.
Protect, we have to.
Because we are the ADHRB, right?
Yeah.
No.
AHDRB.
Ah, Dr. B. That's right.
Yeah,
A
AHDRB.
perfect example.
AHDRB.
Ah,
So
Dr. B.
there's the historic side.
Yeah.
So, and
We have
years
to-
ago, when we came in here with a project and it was an old building, just because a building's old doesn't make it historic, it just makes
Makes
it
it
old.
old.
And so we tore that old building down and replaced it. And that was
what's the street?
Riley Opticians.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because that building was not, and it was beyond
Repair.
salvage.
It was.
So your
Foundations
option
were
is, if you love that old building, then we just get to watch it disintegrate into the ground and let it destroy itself, because nobody's gonna do anything with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at how great that building
Right,
turned
right,
out. I
so,
mean,
but there is a
it's
case
an
in
asset
point
to
where,
the town,
so,
the village.
but there are some historic gems in this village
That we
that
have
need
to
to
protect.
protect, right, for sure. And, and with that, we haven't seen it come up on the agenda yet, but we know it's floating out there. And it's a carriage house on Oakland Avenue that's looking at being either renovated or torn down and something new put up,
Where?
behind that anchorage.
The other house
Yeah.
next to
Yeah, it's next to Dolce Dome.
Dome.
Right, so that's a Dietrich and Wisner, designed
Design.
house.
Well,
And the carriage house is a significant building. And if the renovation doesn't lend itself to what he wants, he's thinking about tearing it down. And I don't know if that's, and maybe that's accurate, maybe that's not accurate, but that's what I've.
is it allowed?
We've got-
Well, he has to have permit to take it down.
Well, and then none of that has been, as
Yeah.
far as I know,
All
no
you can hope
applications have
is
been
that
put
he
in.
doesn't do it
The
on
only
his
thing they've
own.
done is done some tree clearing around the structure, so.
All right, just to
That's it.
close this.
But
F.
anyway, but there is a case where, you know, the protect side, you know,
It's real.
is real. you
So
know,
is that the one that you want?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then we'll adjourn the
So
meeting
F.
and
Take
Yes,
F.
F is good.
who's oh,
Any other new business? Anybody want to bring anything up?
Is there more no
during
business?
YouTube? Okay, no. Would you like to
Okay.
adjourn?
So Michael, make a motion there.
Do I make the motion that we take number F?
F, everybody agrees upon F.
Yes.
All in favor? Yeah.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Yes.
I,
Aye. Accepted. Move on to any other new business? The next meeting for the Village of Warwick will be on March 4th, 2025. And I'm going to adjourn the meeting unless there's a motion that keep it open.
I'd like to make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
All right, the meeting is closed.
Bye.
All right, so hold on.
Now what do you got?